Hello everyone and welcome to my channel in Wunda. My name is Megan and today we're going to be swatching all of the Elate Cosmetics lipsticks that I own, and it turns out I have 8. This is the final shade Revere, which I then lip lined with one of the darker shades, I believe Immerse. We have 2 shades we weren't able to figure out in this video, but we still swatched them. I will reach out to Elate Cosmetics and I will have their names on the screen as we swatch them. If you're new here, my channel is all about living life in a sense of wonder and appreciation, because I have found that there is beauty in everything that we do, and I just try to post that online instead of being a part of the creators that always kind of make you feel like you're not enough or you're not doing enough or you don't have enough. I am here to celebrate what we already have, and a part of that is, yes, swatching our lipsticks that we already have and remembering what shades look beautiful on us, what shades we love, and what shades we need to figure out how to creatively love, or maybe give them away to someone you know. So today we are doing just that because I took this video and these pictures and I posted them over on Threads and Instagram, and Elate Cosmetics reached out back to me and was like, hey, what shade are you wearing? And I was like, I don't know, my pencils, as you can see, the ink is rubbing off. And she was like, okay, well, I think it's this shade. And I was like, let me swatch them because I don't think it's that shade. And so here we are swatching lips. I do think this is the color I used and this is the color they thought I used, so I'm gonna have to recreate it and see what color I actually did use. But it was such a beautiful fall lip look. So before we get started, I want to explain exactly what these pencils are made of and why probably you're seeing the ink come off of them, because as we see in beauty these days, luxury is considered like these really heavy packaging. It's considered like with these mirrors and plastics, and it feels weighty in the hand. You hear that a lot online, like the magnet clips so nicely. But for me, luxury is a company making the choice to be sustainable in all of their materials, because it is expensive to be sustainable. So I want us to indulge, as the name of this lipstick says, in the luxury that is sustainable beauty, how beautiful it looks, and also why this is doing some great things for the environment. I am going to be reading off the screen just to make sure I'm very clear on what this is. This is California cedarwood. It is certified, which means that it takes part in responsible forestry, and it is from California. The lid is corn derived, which is to help reduce plastic. It also reduces emissions, and it is industrial compostable, which means you're supposed to put it in like your curbside compost bin if your area has one. I only ever lived in 2 areas that ever had curbside compost, but I am going to test this out. I have a broken lid that I am going to go test out in our compost bin because we have a huge compost bin and it is very hot inside of it. So I'm thinking these might make it work. Onto the ink. It is water-based ink, which is exactly why it's coming off, because I live in the heat and the humidity. I travel quite frequently, or I used to travel quite frequently, and things just get worn in wear and tear. So I'm fine. Water-based ink is fantastic because at the end of the day, I want my products to have a really easy end of life that isn't living forever in our oceans, but rather it is feeding my compost worms, or it is recycling or reusing it. I use a lot of my containers for seed collection. This end cap is the only part of this product that isn't biodegradable, isn't recyclable. This, I believe, you have to throw away. The color end cap is made out of this, which means it's not biodegradable, but I feel like out of all that this pencil does, this end part not being biodegradable is okay with me, because sustainability is a journey, it's a process, it's not an endpoint. We can always be doing better. So I feel like we really should be celebrating every step of the way that is just doing so much good for the environment and their communities. Because sustainability isn't just about the environment, it is about supporting the people and the planet and everything involved with it. It isn't just clean ingredients. It's everything. Sustainability is a holistic look and actions. So let's swatch these lips, and I look forward to hearing your opinions on which shade you like the best and which shade you want to pick up. All right, are you ready to swatch? So we're going to start with the 2 lightest shades. I don't know if you can see, Like, they look really similar, but they are different. Even now, I'm not sure. Okay, this is definitely the shade Thrive, which was my favorite shade in like 2021, 2022 when I was doing my master's degree. I just, I want to call it like a satin feel. This one has like us. They're all satin type lipsticks. They're hydrating. They have really great for your lip ingredients, but there's just something slightly matte about it. This is the shade Thrive. As you can tell, well loved. This shade I've purchased. I've 3 times. I've had this shade for a long time. I use it a lot. It is the shade Serene. It is considered a neutral rose. Oh. This was like this was the first Elate lipstick shade that I ever purchased in this form. I did use their lipsticks when they had the old bamboo containers. This is still just my daily go-to. It always looks so good, especially as like an eyes, lip, cheek product. I can't go wrong with the shade Serene. I almost forgot. We're supposed to be also writing the names on these. 2 down, like 7 more to go. Okay, so these are the rest of the lip pencils. I know these 2 shades. We're still gonna swatch them. And I went through all of my old paperwork, and it said the next shade is Honor, which is a medium neutral. And this used to be one of my favorite shades, so I'm gonna go with it's this one. I'm pretty positive it's this one. I just love how these lipsticks apply. Oh, why don't I wear this lipstick more? This might be my like fall shade. This is such a good, love this. Love it. Honor. This is definitely Honor. We'll add that to the lip swatch. Now this one actually says Indulge. I can see the little bit, so I just wrote it larger here. And this is what the social media person from Elate thought I had line eyelid, but I don't think it was this one, because this one is a little more red than what I put on that video. But this is also really beautiful. I just need to be braver. I used to be so brave with my lipsticks, and now I feel like I'm just neutral, light, all the time. Like I'm trying not to make a statement. I'm literally wearing all brown today. We are gonna start making statements that make us feel like ourselves again. But this is the shade Indulge. I did swatch these other 2 shades here because I can't tell. So the next 2 shades, one is the shade Immerse and one is the shade Infinite. I'm gonna say that this shade is Immerse because it's supposed to be a medium deep neutral, and the darkest shade is called Infinite, which is a deep neutral. And I think this is the darkest shade. Like I said, I don't know what this is. I think it's Immerse. Is it me? Is there something cooler about this tone? Like it's just a little bit gray for me. I don't know. I'm not going to label this one yet. I'm going to actually send this over to the Elate social media person and ask them just so they can help me out. All right, this is the last one from the neutrals, and I think this is the deepest shade. I think this is the one I wore in that video. This is so vampy. Like on my skin tone, it's just, I want to be the girl that wears this out and is like, yeah, that's me. I'm like having a little come to Megan moment right now. I do think this. I do think this is the shade Infinite. If you love 90s, I think this is the shade. Like this feels like what my sisters wore in high school in the 90s. I did not go to high school in the 90s. I went into high school in the 2000s. But this lip color feels like I need to be wearing plaid and jamming out. I have the claw clip, so we're like partway there. Okay, so those were all the neutral shades. Let me know which shade you like down below. And now we're gonna go swatch the red shades. I only have 2 with me. I know I need to clean this, but this pencil sharpener is the best pencil sharpener I've had. And I'm gonna put those pencil shavings in my compost bin. Gotta love eco-friendly beauty, just not worried about it. I remember when I bought lip pencils like from ColourPop and they were just straight plastic, which is just, now that I think about it, it's just wild. Wild. Straight plastic. So this is obviously the Elate Cosmetics pencil in the shade Prim. This is my second shade of Prim. I love red lips. I used to wear them every day for work, and now I wear them a lot less. This is such a change from those deeper shades. Vibrant lipsticks make me feel like me. I remember the first day I wore a red lip. I felt like I could conquer the world. I was in my senior year of university, and I don't know why until then I had never worn a red lip. Oh no. But I just like walked into finals with my red lip and was like, I've got this. I still have pictures of it, but this is the Elate Cosmetics shade Prim. Prim is a cool classic red, and it is also just like the red lipstick of my dreams. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Again, soft, hydrating, slightly matte. I want to like call it like a soft clay, but I feel like people would think of clay as drying, and this isn't drying. The last shade is Revere. I know it's Revere because I have one little R left here. And this is considered a deep, cool burgundy. So we'll see how this reads on my skin tone. I've noticed that's one of my favorite things about influencers really is it's accessible information when I'm looking for information, but especially it's just like nice to see them swatch things so I have a kind of an idea of how it'll look on my skin tone. Oh, such a good Christmas. I feel like I'm getting sloppier the more I put on lipstick. Okay, this is the shade Revere. I feel like I didn't apply it very well. This is the shade Revere. It is a deep, cool burgundy. For me, this screams holiday. Again, it's just so lovely. If you're noticing just like on the upper part here, it seems to look like it's kind of bleeding. I put concealer on the bottom half, but I didn't put concealer on, and the micellar water is kind of just spreading color out, but we're fine. We're all good. And that is it for these swatches. Here are all of the neutral swatches. It's just a beautiful palette, isn't it? Let's compare all of these colors side by side on the screen here, and let me know which ones are your favorite. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful to you, and let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. Otherwise, I'll just keep sharing about my life and home and health and all of those things that just occupy my time right now. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.